Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about functions of management, management process, scope of management. In the first video of this series, we've understood the concept of management. Management as an activity, management as a group of managers, management as a discipline, management as an art, as a science of decision making and leadership. So management as a process. Management as a process is basically the functions that a manager does. Management is what a manager does, that is management as a process. So there are various functions that are performed by a manager, that is the whole management process. So all these three things are same: management as a process, scope of management, functions of management are almost same things. Because if you go to the definition given by Henry Fayol, that is, to manage is to forecast and plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control. So this is definition of management as a process, and in this definition we talk about various functions of management: planning, organizing, coordination, control. So these are various functions of management given by different authors. So there are five main functions of management that we are going to discuss today. These are planning. Planning is basically to analyze the information, set up some goals of a company or organization, and make some decisions. Organizing is basically identifying and arranging all the resources that are needed to do a job. Staffing is basically related with people, to get them, to employ them, to pay them, to prepare them, to train them, to develop them. Directing is the effort to lead people to do work, and controlling is to determine to what extent the goals are achieved. Okay, so we actually evaluate the performance of the organization, of the employees. Okay, so these are the five main functions of management. We have other functions like coordination, cooperation, that are given by some authors. For example, we just learned about the definition of Henry Fayol, in which he has talked about command, coordinate, that are not included in these five. But these five are the main functions of management that we are going to learn today in detail. First one is planning. So planning is the primary function of management. It is the primary managerial activity. It is basically the answer to the questions like what, why, where, how, who. So these are the questions that we have to answer. We make a plan. First of all, we define the organization goal. We focus on the objectives of the organization, and to achieve those objectives we make some overall strategy. Okay, and then we develop a plan. So plan is basically uh, a, a, a blueprint of action and operations. So it's a blueprint that the actions to be followed, blueprint of the actions to be followed. It is the determination of future course of actions in advance. It is the intellectual process which is concerned with deciding in advance what, when, why, how, and who shall do the work to achieve the organizational objectives. So it is the blueprint. It is what, why, when, where, how to do the work to achieve the goals, to achieve the objectives. It is the determination of future course of actions that is required to achieve some goals. It is a primary managerial activity that specifies the objectives to be achieved in the future and selects the alternative course of action to reach those defined objectives. Okay, so we have some objectives that we have to determine, that we have to define, and then we have to select some overall strategy. We will select from the alternatives that we have, and then we develop a plan that is basically what, when, why, how, who shall do the work to achieve the goals of organization. This we do to reduce the risk. If we have a plan, then there are few chances of risk. We can avoid risk by proper planning. We increase the efficiency of an organization. We utilize the maximum of the resources, time and resources. We use them, we utilize them in an efficient manner. So that is planning, and that is why planning is important. It is the first function of management. It is the primary activity, primary managerial activity. Management begins with planning. Okay, so planning focuses on future course of action. What we have to do, we decide in advance. Okay, so it is decision. It is deciding in advance what we have to do, when we have to do, why we have to do, how, who shall do the work. It is the blueprint of action and operations. Okay, so that is planning, the first function of management. Second one is organizing. Organizing is basically we group the activities of the enterprise, and establish the authority relationships among them. Okay, so here we have one organization chart that you can see on the screen. Okay, so what we do, we divide, we basically group the activities that a business has to do, then we group, then we give authority and responsibility, we basically delegate the authority and responsibility among the employees. So that is organizing. In organizing, we are delegating the work, we are classifying the work that we have to do, then we are delegating the authority and responsibility. This person, you can see their sales supervisor, their sales staff, this person is accountable to this person. So there's some kind of authority and responsibility that is given. So here we have one example of travel agency organization chart. So this is organization structure or organization chart in which you can see the hierarchy, and you can see the types of jobs, the positions in an organization are. Here you can see there's owner or the president, then we have accounting manager, marketing manager, operations manager, HR manager. So work has been divided, there's grouping of activities that is done. Here we have divided the work into marketing, accounting, operations, HR. Then we are giving the authority and responsibility. Here this person is accountable to his superior. Okay, so there's superior, then there's subordinates. So organizing is basically the process of defining and grouping the activities of the business, of the enterprise, and establishing the authority relationships among them. So that is organizing. It is the part of managing that involves establishing an intentional structure of roles for people in an enterprise to fill. So we first of all identify the work to be performed, then we classify or group the work, then we delegate the authority and fix the responsibility. Then these people coordinate with each other, they perform various activities to achieve the common goals, to achieve the organizational goal. So in organizing, we are basically arranging the man material. Okay, we are arranging the things that are required to do the work. So organizing is, here we are giving individuals this special job role, we are specifying them their job role, their duties, their responsibilities, who to whom they are accountable to. Okay, so there's line of command, there's here we have different managers, then we have subordinates. Okay, so there's a hierarchy of relationship, there's formal relationships that are there in organizing. We have to do this, we what we do, we divide, we basically divide the work, we group the activities, then we establish some kind of authority and relationships among them, their superior, then their subordinate. So that is organizing. Organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the enterprise or business and establishing the authority and responsibility relationships among people of the organization. And this one comes after planning. So this is the second function of management if we talk about management as a process. So here we are grouping people, we are giving them authority, we are delegating them work, we are giving them authority, we are giving them responsibility. That is organizing. Coming to next one, that is staffing. Staffing is basically to put right people at the right place at the right time. Okay, so we have to first of all select the person. It is basically the process of acquiring, deploying, and retaining a workforce of appropriate quantity and quality to create positive impact on the organizational effectiveness. If there's good people, there's person that is equipped with complete knowledge of doing that work, then the organization will work in an efficient manner. So that is the idea behind staffing. Staffing is basically the process, the function of this management process. In this, itself is a process wherein we first of all recruit, we find out the positions that are there, Okay, so we first of all we acquire the what amount of manpower requirement is there in the organization. Okay, then we recruit, then we select based on their skills, their IQ, their personality. So various processes are involved in selection. Then we have orientation and placement. We give them introduction, we provide them with the necessary knowledge to start working in the organization. Then we even train them if it is required, develop them, remunerate them, that is their salary is fixed, then their performance is evaluated on the basis of which promotions and transfer are decided. Okay, so that is the function of staffing. It is basically dealing with people, dealing with human resource, dealing with the personnel of the organization. It is the process of acquiring. First of all we have to acquire the workforce, then we have to deploy them, and then retain them. We have to retain them also, because if we are if we fail to retain them, then there will be same process that we have to repeat, and this will involve more money. More money will go into this function. Okay, so there will be more cost involved in handling the business. We are doing these activities time and again, so we have to avoid the people's absenteeism, they are leaving the job. So we have to retain the workforce also using various methods. We can give them performance appraisals, we can provide them with incentives, we can provide them with promotions, transfers. So these are some activities that are done under the staffing function. Staffing is the process of acquiring, deploying and retaining a workforce of appropriate quantity and quality to create positive impacts on the organization's effectiveness. We have to choose the one who is perfect for the job. Okay, so we have to deploy right person at the right place at the right time. Okay, so we have to find out the right man for the right job, for the job. Okay, so that is staffing. And then we have directing. Direction is the management in action. Directing is the key managerial function. So after planning, organizing, staffing comes direction, directing, and it involves four functions that are supervision, leadership, motivation and communication. Okay, supervision, leadership, motivation and communication. Supervision is their superiors that are deployed above you. Okay, so there's manager who is keeping account of the record of the performance of his subordinates. Okay, so it is important element of directing function, because if there's no instructions, there's no supervisor, then who will take record of the work that you are doing? So there's always a supervisor above the room attendants in the housekeeping department. So likewise here we have supervision, that is overseeing the subordinates, overseeing their performances, instructing them. So that is supervision, it is required. Then we have leadership. Leadership is basically a person who influences his teammates to do some work. It's something that a person may be having naturally with their birth, that is some qualities in him that are inherently there in him. Then there are leadership qualities that we develop with time. Leadership is basically you have this skill to lead, that is you can influence people to do work. So if there's good leader, he can really influence his teammates to do better, to for the achievement of the organizational goals. There's different teams and there's leaders, they are motivating their team time and again. So there's some activities that are required in management to direct people. Leadership is the very important thing. There should be some director, some guide who is influencing you to work better, to choose the best option. Okay, so that is leadership about. Then we have communication. Communication is also equally important. You should have right kind of communication network, communication channel in organization. Most of the communication in an organization happens to be formal and written communication, but the informal communication, the grapevine element is also equally important. And there's non-verbal communication, the gestures that gives vibe to the work environment. And communication is very important in an organization. And it is communication is basically the when we pass the ideas, when we make other understand your views, your opinions, your ideas. That is communication, and there should be proper communication in the organization between superiors and subordinates, between different departments. So that is communication about. Then we have motivation. Motivation is to motivate people. Okay, so it is to encourage people to do work in the right way. So that is also important. Motivation, if a person is feeling mundane at a time that he's in a regular job, everybody can feel mundane. In a mundane environment, your performance will be affected. Then there's things like motivation. There are various theories of motivation. There's positive motivation, there's negative motivation. There's theories like carrot and stick, when we motivate people by punishing them, and there's motivation that we do in a positive way, that we influence them, we reward them, we applaud them, we encourage them. Okay, so we give them better opportunities, better, we can give them a day off or a trip with family vacations. We can give them incentive travels and so many other kinds of motivation. Some financial fiscal motivations like a salary hike, okay, awards, rewards, basically. So all these are the motivations that a manager can use to direct people. So these four are the main elements of direction. Direction is one of the five managerial functions. It is direction is management in action. It is a key managerial function, and directing can be done at any level of the management. And here we have all about direction. Then we come to last one, that is controlling. Controlling is simply the process through which manager actually control the performance. Okay, so we have set some objectives in advance, and we analyze, we evaluate how much of these objectives we have accomplished so far. So we look for some alternatives, we look for some things that are required. Okay, so we can see here in this diagram, we will look for the things that are not going with the plan, going with the objective. So we try to correct them. So that is controlling all about. We have some objectives, we have some standards that we have to achieve. For that, you first of all, what you do, you measure the actual performance, how much you are performing right now, so that you can plan for the future, that now what to do, how to correct it, how to achieve the set goals, how to achieve the set objectives. That is the controlling, the last function of management in these planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. As I said, some of the authors, some of the researchers has also talked about coordination and cooperation in management as a management function. Coordination is basically when we coordinate with people, there's teamwork that is involved. Cooperation, we help our teammates because we have common goals to achieve, so we help each other. That is coordination and cooperation all about. We can also include them in management functions, but learning about these five will also work, but we should know about that also. So that is the end of video. I hope you understand all five management functions. Thank you for watching this. Keep watching our videos. Have a great day.